We are very fortunate to be joined this morning by Jasper Nathaniel, who is an incredible journalist. You guys should go subscribe to his Substack, Infinite Jazz, and a great friend of the show who just witnessed and experienced something incredibly wild. Jasper, great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, man.
So I saw these videos on social media of you being chased down by a mob of violent Israeli terrorist settlers. And we can put some of these images up on the screen. And you, of course, have been documenting abuses against Palestinians in the West Bank for months at this point. If you could just take us through where you are and what the hell we're looking at here.
Yeah, I'm in a town called Tormezaya, which is just outside Ramallah in the central West Bank. This is the first day of the olive harvest for the village. Basically, everybody went out together as a group because they knew they were expecting settler violence, and so everybody drove in a caravan to their individual plots. And basically, from the very beginning of the day, we were seeing violent settlers. The first road we tried to take, there was a settler with a gun, just sort of menacing us. But then things got really bad later when we were trying to leave the fields, and we got trapped by, on one side, there was a couple of settlers who would not let us pass. And then on the other side, there was an IDF Jeep. And so I got out of our car to go up to talk to the soldiers because the people I was with were, they were not white. They're Palestinian Americans, actually, which is an important point. But I was the only white person, basically. So I got out, my hands up, walked up the hill to talk to them. They're aiming their guns at me, which is pretty much how soldiers talk to you in the West Bank. And I shouted to them, like, we are being trapped by settlers who are not letting us out, and we need safe passage. And they started saying, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a little back and forth. And I convinced them, like, we're really just trying to get out and we need your help. And they said, fine, okay, you can come. So I went back into the car. We drove up. They told us, the soldiers said, wait here. So we waited maybe a minute. And then the army Jeep just sped off out of nowhere. And left there was two settlers on an ATV, one of them with a gun, and a couple other Palestinians. And basically, to fast forward a little bit, the other car had been smashed and had its tires slashed by settlers, and they were having trouble getting out. And so I was trying to help that car get out when the videos you just showed, about 100 or so settlers just emerged from the hills. And I just started running. We all started running. I mean, they originally tried to go in the car, but in the video, you can see the car gets overtaken. They drag the driver and the passenger out, and they both miraculously escaped. And we basically ran for our lives. And when I got back down to the car that I had been in, one of the settler who was basically right on my tail, who is the guy who you see in the video, in the another video, which maybe you'll show, basically he smashed through our windshield, and then he runs ahead. And that's a video of him just beating an old lady, an elderly lady who had been picking olives. He knocked her unconscious with the club, and then he hit her twice more when she was on the ground. And then he kept running, and then he beat two activists, actually, two European activists. And I went to help the lady. This is that scene right now. She has a brain hemorrhage. Last I heard, she was in the ICU, but she had stabilized, so that's good news. That's good. But it was just total chaos. I mean, it was pandemonium. And, you know, this is funnily enough, this is a wealthier town in the West Bank that is 85% American citizens, actually. So it's people who go back and forth. And they've been pretty insulated from a lot of what, certainly what like the shepherding villages in the Hebron Hills face, because, you know, they have money and they have blue passports, and And only in the last couple of years have they really started to feel the heat. And I think that yesterday was a very clear indication that this was a message sent by the settlers in coordination with the IDF that we will hunt you down and we'll hurt you or we'll kill you, and we'll do it on your own land. And nobody is spared, not old ladies, not American journalists, not farmers, anybody in our path, anybody on their own land will be clubbed. And, this is like, if I wasn't there yesterday, nobody would know about this.
Yep.
Or maybe it would be a little story.
Right.
That's right.
This is happening everywhere, every single day in the West Bank. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's really hard to explain just how shocking and brazen and cruel it is. And I don't just mean like the scene itself that, you see on video, which I guess is pretty shocking, but like these settlers have literally stolen their agricultural land and occupied their farmhouses. So they've built like these nice, and when I say farmhouse, think more like small mansion. I mean, again, these are like wealthy people. They put a lot of money into building up little homes in their olive fields, and the settlers are now living in them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Living in them and launching attacks on the home's owners from those houses.
And in collaboration with the IDF, which is another important part of your story, Jasper.
Can I